Needless to say, Vince wasn't pleased, and blading was officially gone from WWE. The Great American Bash 2008 marks the very last pay-per-view of the TV14 era.
So now it's so this is part 2. This will be uploading the next day, so today. So yeah, yesterday, that was yesterday's episode, so this is part 2.
May it rest in all its gruesome pieces. Number 6, Pat Patterson versus Sergeant Slaughter. An old but not forgotten classic. It's proof that WWE has always had litres of blood running through its veins. In the Wrestling Observer 1981 Match of the Year, a heel Slaughter battled the babyface blonde Pat Patterson in an alley fight at Madison Square Gardens, which means no pinfalls, no submissions, no referee, and anything goes. Both men bludgeoned each other with everything they could find, but there were no contrived table spots or kendo sticks conveniently left under the ring. Instead, they cracked each other's skulls with belt buckles, boot heels, and brass knuckles. By the end of the match, Slaughter was a mess. Blood poured from his head and down his chest, thick rivers of the stuff. Considering this match took place in an era where kayfabe hadn't yet been destroyed, and most people thought the bloodletting was real, this had to be considered carnage. Number 5, Vince McMahon versus Hulk Hogan. Oh, hello, Vince. Nice to see you again. At WrestleMania 19, Vince McMahon battled Hulk Hogan, who's Hulk Hogan, in a street fight. We all know by now that Vince McMahon is not afraid to expend each and every one of his fluids for the business, but it's still quite shocking to see the Hulkster turn his blonde hair red. By the end of the match, after the two old men had leathered each other with lead pipes like two whiskey-soaked gamblers in an alley, they were covered in blood. On the blood measuring Muta scale, perhaps the amount of person juice lost in this match wasn't quite as much as, say, Triple H versus Michaels, but let's not forget that both of these men were in their 50s, which is just mental. Number 4, Triple H versus Ric Flair. Continuing the theme of old men nearly bleeding to death, Ric Flair, everybody. Ric Flair bleeds like it's his job, like his life depends on looking like his life is in danger. You only have to sneeze on Ric Flair before he's on the mat furiously blading himself. At Taboo Tuesday 2005, he faced the game in a steel cage match, and in the words of a wise man, oh my goodness. Needless to say, it took Flair exactly 3 minutes and 20 seconds to be busted wide open. The match would continue for another 20 minutes. Sure, Triple H bled too. He bled enough to put a docker off his lunch, but Flair was something else. His entire head was covered in blood. His shock of blonde hair went a dark, wet red. He looked like a Mark Quinn sculpture. Art jokes. We got him! He looks like a tomato with an old man's body attached, and it got not nice to watch after a bit. Number 3, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. We are deep in hemoglobin territory now. Everything from this point is a bit horrible. The Undertaker doesn't have the same reputation as being a heavy blader like your Michaels, Triple H's or Flairs, but he sure as hell knows how to bleed big or go home. In a Hell in a Cell match between Lesnar and Taker in 2002 at No Mercy, Lesnar may have been the first to be busted open, but as the old saying goes, he who bleeds last scares the hell out of everybody by nearly dying. After a shot from the steel steps, Taker bladed so deep that blood literally spurted from a hole in the man's head. For the next 10 minutes, The Undertaker staggered, blood dribbling onto the mat like a man trying to blink his way out of a red fog. The canvas was filthy with the stuff, and even Paul Heyman ended up covered in blood, and he was outside of the cell. Number 2, John Cena versus JBL. For many, John Cena is the wholesome, chuckling face of the PG era. He is everything that's good, pure, American, and fruity pebbles. But the leader of the C Nation has shed more than his fair share of the red stuff for the company. In an I Quit match with JBL after a vicious chair shot to the head, Cena soon looked like he'd been bobbing for tomatoes in a tub full of jam. Blood gushed from his head, plastering his face, chest, and his arms. As the two men battled amongst equipment in the entranceway, JBL followed suit, and that suit was a three-piece suit, and it was made of blood. By the end of the match, both men were glistening red spectres. Hustle, loyalty, and oh Jesus Christ, call a doctor. Number 1, Eddie Guerrero versus JBL. This match was so bloody that the pay-per-view had to be rated TVMA. That is saying something. Eddie Guerrero was, like John Cena, at Judgment Day, wrestling JBL, and once again bladed after suffering a chair shot to the head. However, Guerrero executed possibly one of the worst blade jobs in WWE history. He cut so deep he nicked an artery, and within seconds, blood was visibly pumping out of his head, all over his face, all over his chest, all over the ring, which looked like a Jackson Pollock painting in an abattoir. Art jokes! We got him! Guerrero lost so much blood that he went into shock backstage after the match was over, and you just had to see the canvas to understand why this was the bloodiest WWE match of all time. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can even follow me on Twitter. Here, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.
So, I will be seeing you in the next video now. So, I'll see you in the next video. Well, this might be uploaded in the next day, so there will be 7 or 8 uploads this week. It starts on Monday and finishes on Saturday on next Monday, and then I will be uploading Minecraft for the rest of the week, every single day for like a month, for all this month and next month too. So, or not, because I might upload like normal videos between it, and so, and like, yeah, so Minecraft month will be still on, but for a bit more than last time, because there's only 2 parts since I uploaded it, so since last time, and yeah, since last time, so and I don't know why I got this here, never mind, huh?
I'm sorry, Ada, what were you saying? I was too busy killing. Construction. Note. Connect buildings to a generator for power. Note. Buildings such as the smelter require a blueprint to be set. Okay. Got it. Automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
So now I'll be seeing you very, very soon, and until then, this week is WWE week, because it's for sale this week, and so I don't know what's going to happen to WWE, but I used to watch it, but
How do I do this? How do I do that?
I used to watch it when I was little. So about
Don't trip and fall, don't trip and metal the button, break your face. So I need some iron plates and some. Oh, I should be able to make this. Some iron ingots.
just about
Some iron plates.
thingy.
I don't know how many I need actually. I have a lot of iron.
So what's about a week? So I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.
Okay, I need